And a prophet and whatever they say, no matter what they say, just because it resonates, you think that that's a part of your life path, and you start to follow it or walk in it and try to fulfill it and things like that, and you wondering why you're not getting anything out of it, that's no different from following a Jezebel. You might as well pick your favorite tarot card reader on YouTube and get the work and just use that, because it's really no different. You're going to get the same results. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to allow you to go into something demonic, but you understand what I'm saying. Just because somebody says something concerning divinity does not mean they're not playing in it.
If I can be anything, I'd be me. Blessings on blessings. Count 'em up, count 'em up, count 'em up. Blessings on blessings. Count 'em up.
See, Divine One, what they don't tell you is this. They don't tell you that a real, true man or woman of God don't need anyone's validation or approval to be who God called them to be. What other people think of them don't make or break them. And they don't have to put on a show or any level of type of performance for anyone to receive God's harvest or abundance onto their lives. When you receive man's glory, you only receive the glory at the capacity of man in which they give it. Okay? Clout is something that only man can give. Clarity and clairvoyance of the gospel of peace is something that God can only give. So when you choose clairvoyance and clarity over the gospel of peace, over clout from man, you're already going to be blessed. So you don't need the titles. You don't need the recognitions. You don't need the hand claps, the kudos, the pats on the back, the invites. You don't need it. Because all that you need is already inside of you. So I just said that so I can help some people out there. So we don't get caught up with all of these fake prophets and prophetesses. We don't get caught up with all of these fake apostles and teachers and pastors and evangelists. Okay? Because just because they mention they're part of the fivefold, just because they put that title in front of their name, does not mean they're walking in the fullness of their calling, and it surely does not mean that God called them. And even if they're called, does not mean they are chosen. Many are called, but few are chosen. Now let me add a little salt onto the wound for those that's who this type of level of knowledge is his first time hearing it. You don't have to have somebody to give you a certificate or recognition or yoking ceremony. No, you don't, sweetheart. No, you don't. You're just among the called when you do that. When you're chosen, you don't need a piece of paper to justify who you are. It's nice to have a birth certificate so you can have proof to do whatever you need to do on this earth. But if you can do it without a birth certificate, wouldn't you do it? It's no different from your calling and your divinity, in which God has blessed you abundantly, or have given you the endowment of his blessings onto your life concerning the gifting and the callings that he put inside of you, or he allowed you to walk into because he called you. It's one thing to be called, however. It's another thing to be chosen. Many are called, but few are chosen. Even the devil himself has disguised himself as an angel of light. And it says there, and no wonder, this is in Corinthians now, and no wonder why his ministers has also transformed themselves into ministers of righteousness. You know what I'm saying? There's a shift that's happening in the atmosphere, in the world, on the earth. Okay? There's a shaking in middle heaven. There's a shaking up of authority and hierarchy in middle heaven as we speak. And it's time for our generation to start to revamp the chosen seeds. The called is no longer going to be enough in this season or in these upcoming generations. The angel of the king of Persia, okay, and all of his friends that's helping battle out all of the angels and archangels in heaven, that's withstanding them from meeting the chosen. And it's going to be an end to that battle very, very soon. Soon and very soon. we will no longer be withstood. And we will be able to easily be able to reclaim our birthright, the blessings of Abraham, our inheritance. So we can't just be driven by the called. We have to start supporting the chosen. I love every single one of you. And I hope that this blessed somebody. I hope this helps somebody. Just don't be wavered by someone that just knows that they have a title, and just because they got a piece of paper that's enough to respect them, and it's not. Okay? Allow that to grieve you if you know it's going to be a grieving spirit upon you. Understand? Because if you're going to believe in a prophet and whatever they say, no matter what they say, just because it resonates, you think that that's a part of your life path, and you start to follow it or walk in it and try to fulfill it and things like that, and you wondering why you're not getting anything out of it, that's no different from following a Jezebel. You might as well pick your favorite tarot card reader on YouTube and get the work and just use that, because it's really no different. You're going to get the same results. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to allow you to go into something demonic, but you understand what I'm saying. Just because somebody says something concerning divinity does not mean they're not playing in it. Because you can't say God said while playing with the astral realm. You can't do that. But people will try. And they will be labeled as prophets and prophetesses. Nevertheless, I'm going to leave for real. I love every single one of you. God bless you and thank you.